Hi everyone, it's Joshua Cindy Lou, aka 20 Twin Mom, and I'm here with my keto soup. It is a chicken, mushroom, egg drop soup that is made out of bone broth. So I'm going to take you into the kitchen and show you how I make this. It's very easy, it's very fun, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm here in my kitchen, and my area is a pigsty, and don't mind the Taco Bell. That's for the little ones. So here I have my chicken egg drop soup. I have not dropped the eggs in it yet, and I will not do that till the very end, so I will show you how I do it. So what I do is I take bone broth, and I put it in, or I take, let's go over here. I go and I get a chicken from Costco, or this is from Smart & Final, and I use whatever I'm going to use from it. And then I take the bones and the skin and the ligaments and whatever is left in there, break it all apart and put it into the pot of a crock pot. And then I set it for 20 hours. So it really has a time to get that bone broth going. And then I put onions, and I put a mixture of rosemary and thyme and mix it up and put that in with it, which it makes it smell like Thanksgiving, so my husband loves it. So I've got that. Don't mind the applesauce. That it's not included here. I have a very messy work area because I was just cutting up the mushrooms. So after the 20 hours, I bring it over and I put it in a big stock pot. And this is my Analon 10 quart. And it's like a small tamale pot. It's really great. So then I went and I bought another chicken because I used most of the chicken yesterday. Normally I'll take a breast and I'll shred it up and I'll put it in here. So along with this, I add cilantro, I add green onions, chopped up very fine, celery, and mushrooms. Mushrooms are key. We need them for our bones, especially ladies as we get older, men as we get older. We just need that. So I've got this simmering, and it'll simmer for a while. I bring it to a boil, and then I let it go to a simmer. And then what I do is I take about 5 eggs, and I mix them with some water and cold water, and I whisk them to where they're kind of a slurry, and then I drizzle them in the soup while it's at a boil, and then that's the egg drop portion of it. It is really, really good. It's really, really easy. Because it just is time consuming because of the bone broth. If you want to start with bone broth that you already have, or chicken stock or whatever, that's fine. Then it's going to be a lot easier. But I'm trying to make it on a budget. So as I buy the chicken for $5, I'm using every portion of it. So I'm using the bones for the bone broth. Let's see what else. I think that's it. And then I will add more water to this. Like, this is not the amount of water that comes out of, or broth. It's very concentrated, what comes out of the crock pot. So I add about a gallon of water to it. And I do add 1 jalapeno. This time I poked too many holes in, so I will poke like 1 hole, and that way it gets a flavor in there without getting too much heat. And then I save it for Dad. But I poke like 6 holes in it, and it just shredded apart, so all the seeds are in there. So it's going to be a little bit warmer than normal. I do add salt, garlic salt, sometimes a little bit of garlic, but I didn't this time because I did some heavy garlic salt. What else? I think that's it. I'm looking up in my cabinet. I think that's it. Excuse me. So that's it. I'm going to now do the egg slurry, so I will be right back. Alright, so I'm going to try and do this one-handed. This should be interesting. So I have 6 eggs here, And I'm going to go above, but I'm going to pop each one of them. And then I'm going to just whisk them a little bit and put some water. Excuse the kids in the background. Make them into kind of a slurry. Put a little bit more water. So I'm using like a 1/4 cup of water, maybe a little bit more, maybe more like a 1/3. And then I'm going to bring this to a boil and add it to it. I add it at the very end so it's very fresh and doesn't get overcooked. But look how beautiful this is, you guys. This is it's very light, but it's very hearty. It has minor amounts of carbs. It's just so good for you. This is a kind of what I use for fasting. So if I'm fasting, which we are with our church, and I just don't feel like I can do a complete fast, I need something during the day, then I will use this. I also use this as a reboot. So that's what Damien and I are going to be doing here, is using it for fasting, which it's not like a true fast, but it's like more of a liquid fast, you know. So as it heats up, I will be right back to show you how the slurry goes in. The egg slurry. Okay, so we've got this coming to a boil, and I decided to do this shot so that you could see all the fat layer. That's from the skin, and it looks so pretty. It tastes so good too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my egg. I'm going to drizzle some in there. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. Sorry about the kids in the background. This is life. See how pretty it looks? That's good. Oh, that looks so beautiful. I always try to put it where it's boiling the most. All right. So there we go. Stir that up. See how beautiful it looks? So then afterwards you have chicken egg drop soup. And that cilantro just gives it an extra kick, as well as that jalapeno. So have a great day, guys.